So your buddy just dropped 6 figures on a supercar that can't clear speed bumps, drinks gas like it's free, and has the cargo space of a shoebox. Cool flex, but not exactly ideal for daily life. You? Well, you're smarter. You want a car that's fast, fun, and won't bankrupt you before Friday. Today, we're diving into 10 of the best cheap daily driver sports cars you can buy for under $10K, starting with the 350Z. I mean, we're kicking off with a legend, the Nissan 350Z, and I mean, if you've been watching the Ideal channel and knew this was coming, well, you would have been right. If you haven't, well, like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell because we talk about the 350Z all the time and for very good reason. It's basically the best bang for your buck in the sports car world. Under the hood is a 3.5 liter V6 pumping out 287 horses. That can be connected to a 6-speed manual transmission. But the 350Z isn't just a hoonmobile either. It's a solid daily driver. Sure, it's only got 2 seats and the gas mileage isn't amazing in the mid-20s if you're nice, but that VQ35 V6 is straight up bulletproof as long as you don't do something dumb like slap on a huge turbo without building the engine. It's gonna run forever and take a beating. It's just simple, fun, and reliable, and honestly, hard to find a better combo. The 350Z is a car you can drift on Saturday and still drive to work or school on Monday with a smile on your face. That kind of versatility kind of makes it an ideal car. Next up is a drop top from Deutschland. Okay, and real quick, have you ever pictured yourself sliding behind the wheel of a supercar, hearing the engine roar, and feeling all eyes on you? Well, guess what? The Ideal Collective right now is your new home for automotive dreams. And yes, signing up to win an Ideal car is completely free. Join today for your chance to win the very first Ideal car that we are giving away, like this one. Links in the pinned first comment down below. Go sign up, spots are limited, and enjoy the rest of the show. The BMW Z3. Yes, the very one James Bond drove in GoldenEye. For some reason, the Z3 is kind of the underdog of 90s Bimmers. People just leave it out of the conversation. Why though? Sure, they say, oh, it's a fancy Miata, but honestly, the Z3's got curves and style, and most importantly, an engine that'll put a Miata to shame. I'm talking about BMW's legendary inline-6 power. Early Z3s had a 4-banger, but from 97 on, you could get that silky BMW 6-cylinder. The facelifted 99 Z3 2.5i made about 170 horses, and the 2.8 made about 190. Not huge numbers, I know, but in a lightweight roadster, oh, that's plenty fun. And get this, it can pull down 27 miles per gallon on the highway. You knew America's favorite pony car had to gallop into this list, and the Ford Mustang GT, specifically those from 99 all the way till 2004, new Edge Mustangs, are basically the power per dollar champ. Now, I have to address the elephant in the room, or rather the crowd killer in the room. Yeah, Mustangs have a bit of rep for yeeting into crowds at Cars and Coffee. But listen, that's not the car's fault, that's just people doing dumb things. Driven responsibly, a Mustang GT can make a fantastic cheap daily driver and a weekend tire shredder. Here's what you get. A 4.6 liter V8 pushing around 260 horses to the rear wheels, and one of the best exhaust soundtracks in the game for under 10. Sometimes nothing but a V8 will do, and the Mustang delivers that in spades along with limitless aftermarket mods if you want to go crazy. Supercharger kits, exhaust body kits, you name it, it's there and in a catalog for you. And unlike the 2-seaters on this list, the Mustang is practical. It's got 4 seats, okay, 2 and a half for adults, but you get the idea, and a trunk that you can throw your backpack or gym gear or maybe even groceries in. They say try that in a Miata. Some of these new Edge GTs are convertibles too, which is awesome for summer cruising with that top down and music blasting, just living the dream. Okay, now it's time to get weird in the best way. The Mazda RX8 is up next on the list, and if you know, you know. It's got a Wankel rotary engine under the hood that also is known as a spinning Dorito. Mazda's legendary rotary is compact, smooth, and can scream to 9,000 RPM. Seriously, just to listen to the RX8 at full send, that is what dreams are made of. Now, the RX8 is a bit of an outlier on this list. It's a 4-door coupe. Yeah, those rear hinged freestyle back doors are sneaky with 4 seats, so it's more practical than you'd think. And yes, it only ever came with a 6-speed manual, if you had to ask. Mazda knew the rotary fans are purists. With around 232 horsepower and perfect balance, this car is a blast on twisty roads. The handling is so sweet you'll forgive it for sipping oil and guzzling gas like a V8 and only have 4-cylinder power. And believe me, the rotary life isn't about MPGs. You'll maybe get low 20s on the highway if you're lucky, but It's all about the miles per gallon, and on that, the RX8 scores top marks. Now, I won't lie to you, but owning a rotary as a daily driver means you gotta be a responsible parent to that engine. You'll hear the word apex seals more than you'd ever want to. Keep the oil topped up, do your maintenance, maybe premix your fuel like a two-stroke bike. Yeah, really. And the 13B Renesis can be reasonably reliable. The good news is because of the scare factor, well, these cars are cheap, and you can find all of them via Auto Tempest in the pinned first comment down below. Now, this one holds a special place in my little heart, the Pontiac Solstice GXP, or as I call it, the heck yeah American Roadster. Pontiac could have just built a copycat Miata, but nope. They went all in on wild styling. Just look at this thing. Long hood, short deck curves for days, but it's not just a pretty weird face. The GXP model brings the heat. Under the clamshell hood is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-banger pushing 260 horses. Fun fact, this was GM's first direct injected gas engine sold in the US, which means it's pretty high tech for 2007. Essentially, it's the same engine as the Chevy Cobalt SS, but here it's sending power to the rear wheels. The Solstice GXP is quick, 0 to 60 in about 5.5, and with a few mods, well, boosts his life up to well over 300 horses. And yet, on your daily drive, it can be tame and just cruise with the top down soaking up the sun. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. Yes, practicality is not its strong suit. The trunk is basically an insult to trunks. And if you pack a toothpick and a spare t-shirt, you're at max capacity. And the interior quality is so-so. But who cares? You don't buy a Solstice GXP to haul Costco groceries. You buy it to enjoy the open road and turbo boost hissing by your ear. Say hello to my little friend, the 4th generation Chevrolet Camaro Z28, affectionately or not so affectionately nicknamed the Catfish Camaro. Look at the front end of the 98 to 02 Camaro and you're totally gonna get it. It's got that wide mouth bottom feeder grin. The Z28 is all about one thing though, American V8 power. The 93 to 97 Z28s packed the LT1 5.7 liter V8 with roughly 175 horsepower of push rod fury. In 98 though, Chevy decided to give it a little LS1 V8 from the Corvette, bumping it up to now 305 horses. Now, you've got a Corvette and an F-body clothing, and these things can fly. And yes, you can get it with the T56 6-speed manual, which you absolutely should if you can find one. Rowing gears with this much torque on tap is an addictive experience. Plus, true to 90s fashion, you could opt for T-top popping out of the roof panels for some sunshine. Pretty rad feature if you ask me. But what about drivability? You know what? It's not bad at all. Unlike the tiny sports cars, the Camaro actually has a back seat. It's small and your friends might complain here or there, but the trunk hatch is decent size for your stuff as well. And parts are everywhere. It's a Chevy, so maintenance is generally cheap. Fuel economy is, well, it's a V8 from the 90s. Expect low 20s on the highway if you're gentle. But who buys a Z28 for MPGs, right? Time to give the Germans another turn, the Audi TT Quattro 1st Gen. Now this little guy is like a designer handbag that you can drive. Stylish as heck on the outside, but also packing some serious engineering under the skin. Audi knows a thing or three about going fast everywhere. They dominated rally racing back in the 80s with their Quattro all-wheel drive system, and they sprinkled some of that magic into the TT. So what you get here is a sporty coupe or roadster with the confidence of all-wheel drive. The TT we're talking about is 98 to 06 generation, and it comes with the turbocharged 1.8 liter 4-cylinder most commonly. And if you get the 225 horsepower Quattro version, it's basically a Volkswagen GTI engine turned up to 11, paired with Audi's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive. This thing launches like a rally car on dirt and grips hard in the corners. And when the weather turns nasty, rain, snow, you name it, the TT, it's not gonna break a sweat. It's the confidence-inspiring daily driver when traction matters most. Plus, it won't eat you alive with fuel costs. You're looking at high 20 MPGs on the highway. Not bad for a sporty Audi, don't you say? Now, you might want to sit down for this if you aren't already, because the cheap sports car you're dreaming of, yes, you can own a Corvette for under 10K. Yes, let me say that again. I'm talking about the C5 Corvette, the 5th gen, built from 97 to 2004. A true American sports car legend that today it has insane performance. This is the car that humbled exotics in the late 90s and is now sitting at the metaphorical bargain bin just waiting for you to pick it up. I mean, let's hit the stats. 5.7 liter LS1 V8 with 345 horses and torque for days. and 0 to 60 in the mid 4-second range, and top speed at around 170 miles per hour. In a $10,000 car, folks. I mean, the C5 was a clean sheet design for Corvette. Aluminum chassis, composite body, rear transaxle for better weight distribution. So it's not just another muscle car, it actually handles like a proper sports car. And it's got good presence. Long hood, pop-up headlights through 04, and that low-slung stance that just looks menacing in someone's rearview mirror. Now, daily driving a Corvette might sound hardcore, but hear me out. The C5 is actually shockingly practical for what it is. The coupe has a big hatchback trunk. You can fit luggage, golf clubs, a weekend's worth of groceries, you name it, in the back. The ride is comfortable enough to cruise across country. Corvettes have always been decent grand tours, and if you behave, the fuel economy isn't terrible. The LS1 can do anywhere from 25 to 28 miles per gallon on the highway thanks to a tall 6th gear. Reliability, the LS1 is rock solid. These engines routinely hit 150, 200,000 miles with basic maintenance. Parts are literally everywhere, and they're all relatively cheap. I mean, it's a Chevy after all, and every mechanic in America has worked on a Chevy small block at some point. We're almost at number 1, but I couldn't end this without giving a nod to the Acura RSX Type S. Now, some will say, hey, it's front-wheel drive and it's not a real sports car. Okay. Officially, it's our honorable mention, baby. But come on, the RSX is basically the US market Integra DC5, and Integras are bona fide JDM legends. This thing absolutely deserves a spot in your heart, if not on the main list. The Type S is the one you want though. A screaming 2-liter VTEC 4-cylinder with 200 horses that doesn't quit until 8,200 RPM. When VTEC engages, you feel it. There's a cam changeover hit around 6,000 RPM that's addicting. And unlike most of the cars on this list, the RSX is a hatchback with a rear seat. That means that you can have 3 friends along, but maybe don't put the 6'4" buddy in the back because he ain't gonna fit. And you've got a trunk big enough for actual grocery runs. All that while getting 30 miles per gallon on the highway and rocking Honda's famed reliability. This is the car that you can beat on all day, drive it to class, work, and just beat on it some more, and it's just gonna handle it. Oh, talking about handling, it's front-wheel drive, but it's got world-class handling for its time. The Integra RSX platform is light, it's tossable, and communicates everything to the driver. With a few suspension mods and maybe a little mods to the driver, well, it will hang with rear-wheel drive cars in the corners. Plus, the aftermarket scene for Honda and Acura is huge. Engine mods, JDM front-end conversions, you name it. Here it is, folks, the Mazda Miata. Yes, was there ever a doubt? Right. This little roadster redefined what an affordable sports car could be. Flashback to the 1989 at the Chicago Auto Show, Mazda unveils the MX-5 Miata and the crowd goes wild. Why? Because they brought back the simple, light, no-frills British roadster concept that made it reliable. The Miata is the answer to so many automotive questions, it's actually a meme at this point. What car should I buy to learn stick? Miata. What's a cheap track car? Miata. You get it. Let me preach the gospel of Miata real quick. You have a lightweight chassis, a tad over 2,100 pounds in early NA form, and a rev-happy 4-cylinder engine making around 116 horses in the NA and 140 in the NB from 99 to 05. Now that might sound trivial, but because the car's so light and so balanced, you won't care about the spec sheet once you drive it. 50-50 weight distribution, rear-wheel drive, a manual gearbox, that's one of the slickest shifting ever made, and handling that will make you giggle like a kid on a carnival ride. It's not about straight line speed, it's about connection. The Miata makes you feel like a driving god even at legal speeds. Every corner is an opportunity to have fun. Every top-down cruise feels like a vacation. As a daily driver, a Miata is totally doable unless you need more than 2 seats. It's comfy enough, the NA and NB have simple but effective AC and heat, and with the top up, it's a little snug, but you know, it's nothing crazy. Plus, these things sip fuel, up to 30 to 34 miles per gallon on the highway in the NA 1.6 liter, slightly less for later ones. Maintenance, cheap and easy. Parts are abundant and mods are endless. Turbocharge it, spec it for autocross, stance it out. Whatever floats your boat. Just avoid ones that have been thrashed. Though even those cars are mechanically simple to fix. Okay, so that's our list, but before you go, let us know down below which one is your ideal pick and why in the comments. Also, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, check out these ideal vids over here. Also, don't forget to go to winthisIdealcar.com to get entered for free to win our very first car giveaway. I'm Brad, this is Ideal, we'll catch you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.